on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, the model building corner. Except right now it's my dinner table. It's my leftovers from yesterday. I didn't bore you guys with, or not bore you, but I didn't torment you guys with what I made for dinner last night. But I basically just threw, I don't care for spaghetti and stuff like that, so I always just cook some macaroni. I throw some ground beef in there. Sometimes I'll throw mushrooms in there. Throw a bottle of sauce, a jar of sauce in there. And then mix it all up. Put it in a baking pan. And then throw like a full package of mozzarella cheese on top. I'll stick it in the oven and voila. Poor man's lasagna. But anyway, I was getting ready to record the section when the buzzer went off, so I'm going to eat dinner, and then I'm going to show you the update I have for what I worked on all day yesterday, and then we'll go over one other thing after that, and so this is just going to be a basic short update type video, so you're not going to have to sit through a 20-minute video, although I never shut up, so we'll see at the end how long it is. So be right back. I gotta eat. All right, dinner was good. Let me turn on my fire hazard here. Do you believe that, I'm not gonna call a person out because I'm not that way, but do you believe that somebody left a comment that my shop light is a fire hazard? Why would Scale Speedworks say that? I mean, why would a person say that? Anyway, I don't see a fire hazard. Do you guys? I didn't use the extension cord. Sorry, Mike. I'm just messing with you, buddy. Anyway, so this is my update of what I spent yesterday doing. So, I got the door in. I framed it out. Now, I got a little bit lazy because I did not want that framework to be as big as around the garage doors and around the edges of the building. Again, this is just mocked up. Nothing's is permanent except for the trim. I built my scratch built downspouts for the exhaust for the rain gutters. So I put 3, one on each corner and one in between the 2 bay doors. I'm going to come up with something to put in there to funnel the water out. Around here, I am going to frame this out as well, so that that'll look nice and clean. Yeah, I wanted to get thinner angle iron. I keep saying angle iron. The angled styrene, it's basically like an L shape or I don't know what you want to call it. But anyway, I wanted to go with a little bit smaller on that. One thing that I would change also is when I cut this styrene, I marked each piece, left and right, the right door, the left door. I cut it all to fit. And everything was good, and then I taped up each bundle so that I didn't confuse anything. When I went to put this thing together, I should have used Elmer's glue or something like that. I did a test piece with the model glue, and it did not affect the foam board, and the styrene sticks to it immediately. So once you set it down, you don't have any room to play. So once I started gluing the pieces in and realized that, what was fitting good in a dry fit, it was not fitting good with it glued in. So like on these corners, I had to do some filing and sanding. I still have to work on it a little bit more with some fine sanding. It looks like I dug in a little bit too much there. I'm not sure, but anyway, that one don't look too bad, but I got to do some more sanding and filing. If you can see inside the window, I got a frame in there for the window that'll be behind it. On the garage, I don't know if it'll focus, but you can see I've got frame trimmed out on all the way around, so that once everything's painted, my plan is that you're going to, sorry, I'll edit this part out like I always say I will, and then I never do. Anyway, let me just do it this way so that you can see. So the garage doors will be aluminum or silver or whatever color. The molding, whatever color, I'm gonna make that. And then inside there, I'm gonna have that the trim is pretty much gonna be like a some sort of metal galvanized type color, but then the very outer one is gonna be black to simulate the black rubber seal. And then on the garage door itself at the bottom, I'm gonna have a I'll probably just use that bottom thingy as the rubber gasket, so that'll be black. I should have not been in a hurry and went ahead and waited till I bought more styrene, because I used the HO scale styrene that Frank had sent me to fix the Camaro. I used the remaining to make the trim inside there, only it wasn't thick enough. So what I did was I actually took two pieces and glued them together first, and then because it was easier to do it that way than it was to lay one strip and then lay another strip, and then I used the quarter round as the rubber gasket. So it was a lot easier to make that sandwich in the individual strips first, and then put them in and trim them and glue them in. So the 3 layers are all glued in as one unit. I built the sandwich off the model. So, and then in these guys, I took that rectangular tubing and I cut a 45. And once I cut the 45, I was able to just turn it around and make a perfect 90 here. And that's what'll come off the top of the roof. It'll come down, and then what I did here, I wanted to do 3 bends, 3 cuts, and bring it down gradually to where that it ended up being a 90 degree flat on the ground. But trying to line that up, obviously I had to do a lot of sanding and filing on that as well. I didn't want to do a third one, so I just decided to leave it angled like that at the bottom. And then the little tray or whatever it is that starts out narrow. It starts out narrow and then widens out a little bit. You guys know what I'm talking about, like at your house at the bottom where the water comes out to flow it away. Anyway, so that's what I got on that. What I did have to do is, if you notice, this wall is actually nice and straight, whereas this one is a little bowed. This one was doing the same thing, so I used the other square tubing. You're never going to see this side of this wall. This is only going to be modeled from the outside, or that wall and this wall will be attached and removable from this wall and this wall, so that I can then model it up, take pictures of the back wall with all the equipment and stuff. I'm probably going to put another man door somewhere on this back wall as well as on that wall, so that you get the idea that there is a bathroom. Maybe I'll do 2, a men's and a woman's, or I don't know yet. But I'm not going to actually model a bathroom on the other side. I'm just going to have the doors in there, so that when I'm posting this and someone says, hey, OSHA is going to have a problem with the guys not having access to the restroom, because somebody said that. I know they were joking, but so yeah, so that reminded me. Yeah, I should do something like that. So, so that's basically it. I watched the video yesterday on Ed's at One Team Garage on his diorama that he built. And that thing turned out awesome. He gave me some great ideas by watching that. And in fact, as soon as I was done with that video, I went online to HobbyLink and ordered the how do you say that? I can't remember how to pronounce it. But the tool set comes with the toolboxes, the hoist, an engine cherry picker, and a bunch of tools and everything else. And you guys let me know, because I had that set years and years ago, and I remember trying to get those little wrenches and screwdrivers off those sprues. They kept snapping in half. So what do you guys use to get those tools off of those sprues? Let me know in the comments. And you know what? And speaking of sprues, maybe a sprue cutter will work, because I'm talking so far long ago that I didn't even have a sprue cutter or was using sprue cutters. I can't remember what I was using, but I may have been using a hobby knife. I don't know. Can't remember. But anyway, so that's the update on that. Okay. So yeah, so that was my progress on the garage. I know, obviously, I just edited that part, and I can see, like, on my TV, like, holy cow, it looks so bad as far as all the scratch marks and stuff from where I was filing and sanding. Looking at it in person, it really doesn't look that bad, but seeing it on the screen, I am going to do a lot of fine sanding, especially on those downspouts. So, that's it with that. I'm going to give you guys another look at this gorgeous paint job, man. I love this car so much. I told Terry, and he says, I knew you were gonna say that. Now that this thing is looking this good, I'm so mad that I went this route and did the rust stuff on the quarter panel there. So, I mean, this is supposed to be 20-year-old paint. And the so I'm thinking what I'm gonna do is I can go one of two routes, which I'm not gonna do. This one is, I could always say, in the scenario of the kid buying this car, his dad helped him buy the car, financially, money wise, where they bought it. If they bought it private or a lot, the person could have had a respray done on it before they sold it. But I'm also thinking about, as the paint ages, I'm thinking about taking a dull coat and just trying to get that top to. I was thinking about wet sanding, but I don't know. I was thinking about trying to dull coat across the top and maybe letting it settle in a little bit letting it settle in a little bit on the sides, but the sides, they usually stay looking pretty good. It's always the deck lid, the hood, and the roof that gets the sun fade and all. So I don't know what to do. I'm kind of mad now that I did that, because this thing. So anyway, the update that I got for this is nothing. This is going to sit, even though I've just been touching all over it, I'm not going to touch it. I'm going to let it really cure real good. So I'm not going to start assembling anything on it yet. What I want to do over the next couple of days is I want to get the Escalade parts all cleaned and prepped and ready for paint, and then whichever group build I'm going to work on also. And my plan is, instead of setting up the airbrush, well, it's already set up, but instead of mixing paints for one kit, I want to get all the parts for two group builds ready for paint, so I could prime the bodies together, and I could prime all the parts together, and then when I start laying color on parts and bodies, I can do it all in one massive paint session, or broken up over a day or two. But anyway, so that's that. It's funny. I've never built a lowrider before. I'm not really. It's not my thing. I'm not into lowriders. But I was telling Leon on a comment for his group build is that, obviously, I'm not into lowriders, but I could respect the work and the craftsmanship and the money that these guys put into the 1/1 cars, and some of them do look pretty cool. So I've never built one, so I want to build a lowrider, but I don't want to build just any lowrider. I want to build that 1970 Monte Carlo. And I was like, man, if I could find that kit. And then all of a sudden I see on the round 2 video, they're re-releasing it. So I'm hoping that, I don't know, how long does it take Hobby Lobby to get those new releases? I'd hate to have to pay full price for it off the internet. But, if I can get that kit pretty quick, I'm going to join in on that one also and do that Monte Carlo as a lowrider. I mean, I could do the 70, the 64 Impala, but everybody does that. And honestly, as far as body styles of Impalas, that's not my favorite. I like the later 60s. I don't care for the earlier 60s. So anyway, so that's it. That's all I got for you guys. So. Shop cards are available. I got a couple I need to fill out and send out. And I keep checking the mailbox because I'm eager to. I'm expecting a couple, so we'll get some shout outs done as soon as those come in. So if you want a shop card, hit me with the my emails up in the on my main channel thingy, joe14fan@gmail.com. Anyway, guys, take it easy. Have a good one. I am going to probably working on some parts on that one. So, yeah. So you guys, take it easy. Appreciate everybody for watching, liking, commenting, and subscribing. So, appreciate it.